Good afternoon, listeners. Good afternoon, followers. Welcome back to MTA, the forum we have here on MTA that comes to every fortnight. The immigration has this opportunity, and we want to use this opportunity to interact with you, the public, to inform you about the activities that we do as a department and the services we offer to you, the public. Here with me today, I have the OC from naturalization office. He is going to be taking us through Nationality and Citizenship Act. OC, you're welcome. And my sergeant, that is Sergeant Supt. He is one of the panelists we have today, and we hope to give you the best of our services today. Stay tuned, and inshallah, we're gonna be making this moment a pleasure. OC, you're welcome. We introduce ourselves, please, before we go into the program proper.
Thank you very much, Piero. I am Superintendent Buba Badjie, OIC in charge of Human Rights and Professional Standard Unit, Naturalization and Entry Clearance. I'll also want to use this opportunity to thank our viewers outside there for following the program. Thank you.
Sergeant, can you introduce yourself, please?
Thank you very much. I'm Piero Sambu. My name is Sergeant Supt Biba, 2IC Community Engagement Office of the PRO Gambia Immigration Department Headquarters. It's a pleasure to be back here once again, and I also will seize this opportunity to welcome the viewers and all the audience who are following us on this program. Thank you.
Sergeant, it's nice to have you here. And what is the most important thing you want the public to hear with regards to the program you have here, the forum?
Sincerely, today we are diving into a topic that should be everybody's choice to listen, because we are talking of citizenship and nationality today. And this is a topic which brings heated debates within the ghettos outside there, within the bantabas, within homes, within communities. So if we are to discuss about that issue today, I think it is prudent enough for people to keenly listen so that they will learn from it.
To the public, I hope you can hear what Sergeant Supt is saying. This is an opportunity, and this is an issue which is of great relevance to everybody that lives within the country or even outside. Nationality and citizenship is a concern to everybody. So I think this is going to be an opportunity for everybody that is watching and listening. We are going to make this moment an exciting one, because we will give you the best. The OC is here. He's going to take you through nationality and citizenship. OC, you're welcome. How do you feel today being here with us?
Thank you so much, Piero. My first time being here, I feel excited. The fact that, the place is conducive, and I feel okay. I believe, this will also help us to strive through this program, inshallah.
OC is responsible for naturalization. He is also responsible for the Human Rights and Professional Standard Unit, that is a DEX that is created under his office. He's the one in charge of that. OC, today our discussion is going to be centered on Nationality and Citizenship Act. The Nationality and Citizenship Act, which was enacted in 1965, is an act which informs all activities that the immigration does, most especially when it comes to the issuing of relevant documents like the ID card, the passport, and the list goes on. OC, today you would have to take us through Nationality and Citizenship Act, like I make reference before. Today the discussion is centered around that. I want you to talk to the public. Most importantly, tell us what nationality is when it comes to, in relation to the Nationality and Citizenship Act of 1965.
Thank you, Piero. Once again, I think this is a very important question, and I believe, it's important for the audience or viewers there also to understand when it comes to nationality, especially in relation to the 1965 Act, which talks about, nationality and citizenship in the Gambia. I think it's important that everybody understand when we talk of nationality and citizenship in the Gambia, in accordance with our law, these are interchangeable terms. One can use in place of the other. But if you go to other countries, these are two different things. When you talk of nationality, it's different from citizenship. But looking at our context in the Gambia, when we talk of nationality, here most of the time it is tied to, it says that, for you to become a citizen of the Gambia is by so of, identity card. So having an identity card in the Gambia shows that you are a citizen of this country. But when we come to the definition of what nationality is, it has to do with the legal status relating to the country where you come from. So many a times you will see through it, if in our Gambian citizens outside who have other nationalities, it will be indicated on their passport or documents as your nationality remains as Gambian because you are born in the Gambia, but your citizenship might change. So citizenship has to do with legal status to have the right to vote and to be voted for in the office. So these are the differences when it comes to nationality and citizenship.
Sergeant, today you can hear what the boss is saying with regards to nationality, and nationality is, I think, it's something that concerns everybody when we talk about it today. And like you had said earlier on, it's a theme of interest to everybody. Can you take us through what our boss just said, please, about nationality?
Okay, thank you very much, PRO, and thank you very much, Superintendent Badjie. Mbadingol bi kacha kungo menti wala nyinti ko mbe kule kacha kam bi memmu banku di yati anin jumalem banku di ngoti mbe wala kacha kam bi tubabol ka fa citizenship anin nationality ni nata jube na boss kamin fona ko banko dolto ni nata jube ni ko citizenship ika fole ko ke iba dilele ko ha imu jandingol nge tale ko jandingol muti banko kayto dilela bari ni nata jube nationality la karola ni ko nationality ika fo ne ko ina lale muti ibondan dula karle fay ni ajube mbadi gambianol men be tubabu du men ye je banko kayto soto si ha je banko dingol le muti say because of luwala karola luwaya la nyame ye sartol tamad le luwala karola fo je banko di ya soto bar ni nata memu nationality ti banko di ya fango ikaitan la ko bi fo bi ite wuludula mu gambia te fo bi gambia dingol mu ila wuludula obe kenu la gambia dronet wala ni mu fe bar ni ya jube gambia la karola jang because ni nata jube wala nyinti ko kayitandi ko sirisino le muti wala nyinti ko anya yitandi do ka sembe ma ka kemuneti banko kayto bar ni nata jube na lu ama sartol to anina tarambulol to anina luwalto aya fo nyame je mbe dunna wo fanan kono nin ka taanyi nga fanundi wo ko wol bebe lankene malal bulle ala baraka.
Thank you, boss. And we have instances when you have instances when you hear someone talking about nationality and relate it to citizenship. Okay, and it seems like these terms are sometimes a little bit confused. Okay, sometimes people relate them, and you might see someone that's in the country and he feels because he's born in the Gambia, he is entitled to Gambian citizenship. And what do you have to say to the person that thinks this way?
Thank you so much for raising that important question, because these are some of the issues that we are facing as a department, especially for people living in this country or who were born here looking for national ID card. Most of them will not know until at the time when they are at the processing center, and you'll be told that, well, I'm sorry, but under the laws, you are not qualified to be given national ID card. The fact is, we have laws that guide us through, and one of it is the Nationality and Citizenship Act of the Gambia, 1965. So looking at it, let me start from the Constitution. That's the parent,
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Constitution.
So the Constitution is saying that, if you look at the Constitution, we have, categories of citizenship under the Constitution. Citizenship by birth, citizenship by descent, marriage and naturalization. So we follow with Section 9 that talks about citizenship by birth, which says that, any person born in the Gambia and at the time of your birth, one of your parents is a Gambian, then you are a citizen by birth. So the fact that you are born in the Gambia and not to Gambian parent at the time of your birth, well, looking at Section 9, you are not qualified to be called or to be a citizen of the Gambia, because the law is very clear on that aspect.
So it seems like what you were trying to say here is the fact that someone is born in the Gambia do not give you the qualification to gain Gambian citizenship. You must have to have one of your parents be a Gambian before you are granted, or before you could be qualified to be called a Gambian.
Exactly.
Or to be qualified to be given Gambian citizenship. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes.
And this might be a little bit confusing. Like, I'm born in the Gambia, I have resided here for so many years, perhaps I've gone to school here, I have been raised here, and now I am seeking for Gambian citizenship. Let's say I'm seeking for national documents and I'm kind of denied. It seems a little bit confusing. Can you emphasize this, please?
Yes, I think people should...
clarity is going to be important for you to give more clarification on that.
I'll shed light on that. I believe people should understand the law, because the law is above everybody. And it is the law that we follow to say, this is what the law said, and this is why we are doing it that way. So if the law dictates, well, we have no choice but to follow what the law says. So it is important for people to understand, especially those who are born in this country with non-Gambian parents. You need to understand the law, especially the Constitution. If they are literate, that means they can read and write in English, they can go through the Constitution and read by themselves. They will understand. Section 9 of the Constitution. It's very clear. Okay. So I think, maybe people are not enlightened enough to understand when it comes to citizenship in the Gambia in connection to who is born here and how do you acquire citizenship. So the mere fact that you are born in the Gambia with non-Gambian parents does not qualify you to be given Gambian citizenship. No, because the law says no. So people should understand that.
Sergeant, I guess you can hear our boss' deliberation on citizenship, and then considering the fact that this is something that is of great concern, like you had hinted earlier on, I think it would be important to shed light on this in the local language so that our listeners can understand. Any of the local language would do.
Thank you very much, Abarakabake Piaro Sambu. Yekumo menyini ka ko ka foko ni nata luwala karola jumalen Gambia dimoti ni nata jube luwalbe la kunton komu banko la constitutional de katu luwalbe bota wole bala wole luwalbe ba mati ana fa mati ni bankun kan wole na banko constitutional luwal Gambia luwalbe bota o constitutional bala constitutional min fom ni nata banko di yala karola aseniata le fo même mal la fi ka faham bar constitution ay min fa sénégal ka bo section 8 la kada section 12 kan abe mu senyandi role de pour jumalen banko di modi ani be banko di ya soto no la nyame ni nata jube section 9 bo se min fo jang wolem citizenship by birth mune woti wolem banko di yate min lonko karimu banko di ngoldi because of munem awuluta janne mome wuluta banko kan wala banko di yabe nyaadile luwa ko mari la banko di yabe nyame wala nyinti ko wato minna atebe wulula nyim bankun kan jang anyanta tarla lay ala wulula fulol kono killing imma abamalem wala afama killing nyanta kala Gambia di ngodi woto nate wuluta wo kono automatically atemu Gambia nolti bara isi wuluno jang ite keno la banko dingoti mune wo sabu ni atara ko ñin luwaye min fo section 80 ama 9 ye min fo même citizenship by birth aya landi ñamen aya faramansandi ñamen ando aya senyandi ñamen ite mamma wala ite keno la ñim banko dingoti même ni atara ko ite wuluta janne bara ila wulula fulol kono hani killing manke Gambia dingoti ite dinni wonyinte keno la Gambia dinti isela life be kejang isela funding ke be kejang fo men yela karangol be kejang fo ayke ite te keno la banko dingo di fo ni atara ko yesilota inyanta mental pour ka banku bi ya nyi soto tonya ka wuluja wo wuluta jan bari te keno la banko di ngoti
na tarambuko même fa wolon ko
sidi ama banko am mara kitabo e minfo section 9 kono nka wala fote amma ki konte suute nga minfo wala aussi minfo kaatu ka fengo fen membe fo kan jang nga bondi o maral kitabo
la ko le kitabo la be je mi ya lonko na doko be dandi wala fem ba kuku kala nim fem na fenko na doko be dandi wota o kitabo la
abe wala nyam
yo sai boss mbina muru nekang I will come back to you and then I want to drive you a little bit to the mandate of immigration officers. Let's say if you go to the biometric today, you go to the ID card, let me just be specific, you find out a lot of applicants today. And there are instances when you have someone who do not understand what nationality is, who do not understand what citizenship is in relation to the Constitution, in relation to the Nationality and Citizenship Act of 1965. Okay, and the person would come with high hope that because perhaps he is born in the Gambia, he thinks that once he approaches an immigration officer, that person should issue him outright the document that he's seeking for. What do you have to say about that?
Yes, I think
people need to be informed.
Informed, exactly.
And then for the fact that we have documents like the Nationality and Citizenship Act, we have the Constitution, which is our point of reference. Gambians should take this challenge to read and understand it. It's obvious that not everybody can read, but I think you had hinted something here which is very important. We need to refer to these documents because they are our guiding tools.
Thank you so much. I think the mandate of immigration here is very clear because whatever we are doing is the law that says so.
We don't work in isolation.
No, we don't work in isolation. So it's important that people should understand, yes, immigration is the institution mandated to facilitate the issuance of national documents in this country. And we also have what we call the guidelines or guiding lines, or the policy document that shows us how to operate. And this is what we are following. Okay, in relation to people who are born in this country, and with high hope that, because the fact that I'm born in the Gambia, I believe I'm a Gambian. So upon arrival at the processing center, that is immigration, any immigration outlet that issue national document, you realize that due to the laws, you are not qualified. I believe, this something that might kill people's spirit. So most of the people become, very, disappointed with that. But that's not our making. People should understand that. We are following what the law says. And I think we are also doing our best to make sure that we enlighten the people to understand issues of nationality and citizenship in the Gambia. So this is one of the programs that we are doing to make sure that the general public outside there, let them understand. But also, challenging each and every person to read the books. We have our, 1965, Citizenship and Nationality and Citizenship Act. You can find it. You also have the Constitution. So I'm directing people pertaining to the part that talks about, citizenship in the Gambia. If you read, you'll understand. Mm-hmm. So sometimes it's also very important to prepare yourself before you go into acquire documents. So that will direct you as to whether you, looking at your status, whether you will be qualified or not. I think this will also reduce the issue of being disappointed, because if you already know and you know you are not qualified, I don't think you will go and attempt. There are procedures that you should take, and those are the right ones. Issues of naturalization, issues of registration to become Gambian citizenship. It's all in the Constitution. So I think if you are able to redirect yourself to our books, this will reduce that disappointment upon arrival, just to learn that I'm not qualified.
Sergeant Sude, can you take us through, please?
Okay, Piero. Nyinko bedamen aseniatal. For niatala ko memman pare ka faham. Because follow. Ni nata jube section 8 la. Constitution la karolo ama banko de ya commencé citizenship commencé da dame constitution kono a commencé la section 8 le bar woka mune foye pour ka sen yandiro ke kayita ni molla ko nyanta la ala nyame section e de ñine foko momo ya lonko lungo minna Gambia ya fan soto be ama tubabo la fulako jindi kan Gambia je be Gambia la fulako kuto ñi selendi kan même red white blue white green be o selendi kan même 18 February 1965 ite bodna dunia da o da ni atra be sabatri Gambia kono te wo lungo ye tet mari tara Gambia kono janne automatically you are a Gambian for just witnessing that day waya tinnale ite banko di ya soto woto say wol memma be to wolungo la ye banko di ya soto automatically walla dimbayal be folla onda section 9 la citizenship by birth by mune asabu wulula kilingo mu Gambia dingol ya fahamune bare ni atra ite ajele ko ite mama walla mum walla fa mamma be lungo min na Gambia be bula fula ko selendila 18 February mamma be wala second li fana inata je ko nde fama de walla mama de walla mbama de hani de amang afama manke Gambia dingota ba manke Gambia te ite men dindingo fana membe diam ka ite fana fani ba manke Gambia dingot auto automatically kane fambatan ate kenola fengo fen taram bulole bala
ngani ninka ko do wolom na doku do fanan kabata do nka bata jama soto je jama ni mo nalta mel ya lonko inata applicant la mi lafta kaytol la eta immigration wala ni foto daje ning immigration no ya rifa sometimes mol ka muta ko immigration no nyimba tumanda america mutale ko immigration no man lafla aman lafla Gambia kayto dilala akaje ko lafa balla kaytol saying and then ni aussi la kumomo ya ko immigration wala buka doko ke ikumfe e ka doko ke tarambu ko labeje comme ya fanyam kitabo labeje mi yalon ko na doko be dandi wol and then abakuma la bake banku dingole yin kitabo ta ye karang ye faham pour yaje ko ni nata immigration ma ni e bata do soto wala ni immigration ko eten salon ko abakumo foka la kumo nyi bota kitabo le bala mi yalon ko wala la doko round wala la tarambu ko lafta wole yole kumo fenke demande
abarka piaro yajele ibe fengo fen ke ka nyi dunia kuna ay pare ndiro nyini ngal hani salo membu salode fo ika pare le ta sali woto ni bita kay di nyino fa nyanta pare la le nyaadi ndol karanal bi jaman tolle ka mol filindi imam min kara kane fanki ko ya karanne kane fa wara ite maw karan ha kata lamin la me ya karan ya nyini ka lamin ñing ko de Allah fannalem ha ndemam fellon jede bar sa mbe kala nyaadil par même problème odi mol bu kala fika karang ibu kala fika kata karanalla pour ye ñinin ka ye londi e ka wuli ka faybe ko wol kele famfe immigration bu ka do ko ke kumfe kitabu sabale bije ni nata banku di yala karola kitabu sabale bije men ka silo wala immigration pour immigration nyanta kela do ko ke nyame a kitabu folo womu banko maral kitabo de ka fo me constitution a kitabu fulan jango wolem citizenship ni ama nationality act of 1965 kitabu saban jango wolen na SPT na strategic plan sol be o fanan kono le memba itan le ko ha ni nata banko di yala karola iba kala ten o nyimbu ko sabol ngabula wolle no
sajina baraka bake la banke bediala. Boss, I'm coming back to you. Now, it would be important for us to talk to the public and let them understand that citizenship, it's of great relevance for people to understand. Citizenship is of various categories. We have 4 types of citizenship. Can we go into that, please?
Yes, I think the first one we elaborate on that,
yes,
but nonetheless, I will just shed more light on that. That's about citizenship by birth, which fall under Section 9 of the 1997 Constitution of the Gambia. Yes, as I said earlier on, it says that for you to become or recognized as a citizen by birth, that means at the time of your birth, one of your parents must be already a Gambian. So once you are born in the Gambia with a Gambian parent, then you can fall under citizenship by birth. We also have citizenship by descent. This is under Section 10 of the Constitution that says, at the time of your birth, outside the Gambia, one of your parents also must be a Gambian. So anybody born of Gambian parent outside the Gambia, those people fall under the category of citizenship by descent. So we also have citizenship by registration that is through marriage. This is for categories of people who came to the Gambia, do you understand, might be in search of greener pasture or anything. But because of, they love this country and they want to naturalize, they got married to Gambians. One of their spouses are Gambian. So it says that, if the marriage subsists, been existing for 7 years, then you are qualified to apply through registration to become a Gambian citizen. And many of them today, they are called Gambian. They got Gambian citizenship through registration. We also have the section 12 that talks about naturalization. It's also, similar to that of, registration, but it is for 15 years that the non-Gambian must reside in this country continuously for 15 good years. So after 15 good years, the person is also, qualified to apply for citizenship through naturalization. But the guy also need to regularize his immigration status, meaning he have to be regularly paying his residential permit.
Boss, I would have asked that question. When you said residing in the Gambia for a period of 15 years, I was thinking that merely staying in the Gambia for 15 years gives you that qualification to gain Gambian citizenship. But now you had hinted that being someone that had stayed in the country for 15 years is not a qualification, but then there are requirements you need to fulfill.
Yes, one of the conditions says that, you must be law-abiding. We understand that, somebody who does not pay taxes, when you are required to do so, you are not law-abiding. So if you are not paying taxes, you will not be issued residential permit. A residential permit is also another, evidence to say that, or to show that the person has been residing in this country for continuous 15 years. The residence permit also, because it's yearly. Every year, you apply for residence permit, it is renewed until you are 15 years. So if you are not paying residence permit or you are not paying those taxes, you are not law-abiding because you have violated one of the conditions that says that for you to be considered for naturalization, you need to be law-abiding. So people, the viewers outside there, those who wanted to become Gambians, maybe in the near future, you make sure that all your immigration status have been regularized, you pay all your taxes and have your documents. So one of the conditions is, you have to present 15 residential permit to show that you have been in this country for 15 good years.
Okay, and then we have about, altogether we have 3 types of citizenship?
No, 4.
Okay, the 4th one?
The 4th one I buttressed, that is on registration.
On registration. On registration.
That is about...
Okay. Sergeant, you can understand what our boss just said. It's like citizenship, it's been divided, classified into 4 categories. And then these categories determines who becomes a citizen. Okay, you either become a citizen by birth, and the list goes on. Can you take us through, please, quickly?
Thank you very much, Piero, but this time you have to permit me to say this in fuller.
It's cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
On jarama musidɓe am fulɓe jentotoɓe ene laaroɓe ɗo MTA Gambia. Hande noon hoore yewtere nde min jewtata nde ɗo ɗum woni ko hombo woni ɓiɗɗo leydi e hombo foti wonde ɓiɗɗo leydi Gambia. Minen wona minen gimmoto min mbaɗa ko weli min. Ɗi woodi defte ɗe gandanɗa hoorema ɗen defte binda darna ɗen kollatami hono min poti liggorde. Ko idi he ɗen defte woni deftere laaminde nde leydi men Gambian wiyeten nde constitution o. Kala luwa darneteɗo he nder nde leydi nder ndi leydi ko ma o wona luwa gono he nder deftere ngande nde laaminde nde leydi ndi. Hande noon komin jewta ko ɗum woni wongol ɓiɗɗo leydi. Sa ari a laari luwa o wiyo ko hombo woni ɓiɗɗo leydi ko idi o wiyo si woni an suka jibinaɗo o waktu mo jibinteɗa o mawɗo ma goto o ko ɓiɗɗo leydi Gambia ɗo, nden an suka o an wawi wonde ɓiɗɗo Gambia. ɗum ko section 9 e constitution e woni citizenship by birth. Immel muɗum o wiyo citizenship by descent. Sa yi o wi citizenship by birth o haali ɗon ha laaɓi. Si woni an suka o jibinaɗo o waktu mo jibinteɗa o goto he mawɓe ma ɗiɗo he goto e maɓɓe ko ɓiɗɗo Gambia, an suka no wawi won ɓiɗɗo Gambia. Kono si woni a laari an waktu mo jibinteɗa o mawɓe ma ɗiɗo ɓe hay goto e mu'en wonani ɓiɗɗo Gambia, nden ano andi ɗon an a memaka, wona an haalte, because a wawata wonde ɓiɗɗo Gambian si woni an mawɓe ma ɗiɗo ɓe hay goto e maɓɓe wona ɓiɗɗo Gambian. Gonga ko ɗo jibineɗa kono a wawata wonde ɓiɗɗo leydi. Jibinegol ɗo he wongol ɓiɗɗo leydi koko serti. Ngara ndara section ɗama 10 ko wiyete ko citizenship by descent, ko ɗum won ɗum kala suka jibinaɗo caggal leydi, suka jibinaɗo gandanɗa hoore ma koto leyɗe goɗɗe o jibina, wona e nder Gambia o jibina, kono mawɓe mum ɗiɗo ɓe goto e maɓɓe woni nene makko walla baba makko, goto e maɓɓe ko ɓiɗɗo leydi Gambia, on sukane mo yelli wonde ɓiɗɗo leydi Gambia ñande fof o yetti ɗo. ñande fof on suka, like min suute mi immima ɗo mi yehi Guinée Conakry walla mi yehi China walla mi yehi France, Allah arsi kam to debbo mi hebde makko ɓiɗɗo, ɓayri min suute komi ɓiɗɗo leydi jibinande Gambia ɗo, ɓiɗɗo am on jibinaɗo o France ñande fof o yettiɗo mo foti wonde ɓiɗɗo Gambia par ce que min suute gonɗo bammo komi ɓiɗɗo Gambia. ɗon ko section 10 wi'i noon. Section 11 ɗon ko hoɗum haalta mbawo e jibinande leydi Gambia wona ɓiɗɗo leydi Gambia he dow dewgal, woni gorko woni debbo. Kala mo ganduɗa honde ma wona ɓiɗɗo leydi Gambia ko leydi wondi gimmorɗa ɗaɓɓere addumaɗo walla garɗa Gambia ɗo pour jonde, joɗoɗa Gambia ɗo, a woni ɗo leydi Gambia ndi welima, a yiɗo ɓiɗɗo debbo Gambia a resi ɗum, walla a woni debbo a resanima ɓiɗɗo gorko Gambian, dewgal mongal continue heɓi duuɓi 7, an ɗin duuɓi 7 si timmi, an he gorko ma o walla debbo ma o mo wawi daranade pour an gorko o walla debbo o mbawa hebde jibinande leydi Gambia, kono ɗi woodi ɗo poɗɗa rew ko poɗɗa waɗe nder ɗi duuɓi 7. Bili ñande kumaneɗa dewgal ngal huma hakkunde ma he gorko ma o walla hakkunde ma e debbo ma o, an gorko mo ganduɗa hoore ma ka gimmorɗo caggal leydi, a wona ɓiɗɗo Gambia kono debbo ma mo resɗa ko Gambian, an gorko ano foti yob residential permit ma ha duuɓi 7 timmata ko hitande fof joɓata ɗum. Sa timmini ɗin permit ji ma ha duuɓi 7 timmi, dewgal ngal heeɓi duuɓi 7, debbo ma on tuma wawtama wallude, debbo on e ndesa ɗo gimmorɗo Guinée ari ɗo resani gorko Gambian kodi lawol gotol ngol, on tuma noon ɓe mbawma wallude, ɓe namma to immigration mbawa hebde ko wiyete ko jibinande Gambia, kono tubakoɓe ɓe mbita ɗum woni citizenship by registration. ɗum woni ka windoto pour mbawa wonde ɓiɗɗo Gambia, ko addingol bindol ɓayri ano resani ɓiɗɗo Gambia walla ɓiɗɗo Gambia resma, ko ɓen jino windagol ngol. ɗum woni citizenship by registration, ɗum ko section 11. Ngara noon section 12 mbiɗo citizenship by naturalization, ano wawi hebde jibinande ɓiɗɗama leydi Gambia walla wongol ɓiɗɗo leydi Gambia haysi tawi wondema a jibinaka e nder Gambia. Hono keɓirta ɗum, a wonat nder Gambia ɗo duuɓi 15, kono ɗi duuɓi 15 ɗi gonɗa ɗi fof a yoɓat kayiti maɗi no luwa o haaldi ni ha duuɓi 15 ɗi timma, on tuma no mbawa immade jaa to immigration naɓa kayitiji maɗi kolla ɗumen mi wona ɓiɗɗo jibinande leydi ɗo de, kono mi ari joni noon ko ɗum paalami wonde, ɓayri mi woni ɗo duuɓi 15 mino yoɓa kayiti am ni no luwa o haaliri ni. ɓayri go'o komin jiɗoto ko laaren ɗum woodi hoɗumen ndaw ngaro ɗaɓɓugol wongol ɓiɗɗo jibinande Gambia, wongol jibinande ɓiɗɗo Gambia ɗo, ndaw mbo teddini luwa leydi o, ndaw teddinani luwa leydi o. Respect of the rule of law on min jiɗoto laarde, ɓayri teddinɗo luwa leydi o, on sa okki ɗum wongol ɓiɗɗo Gambia, alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Kono mo teddinade luwa leydi o, sa okki on wongol ɓiɗɗo Gambia on keɓi haala. A jarama Inspector Sam.
Meaning no one is above the law, like you're trying to emphasize.
Yes.
No one is above the law.
What I was
And
trying to
whatever
say
we are doing, I think
Yes.
I get what you are saying.
If you
But then
give somebody who doesn't respect your law,
Boss,
you are in trouble.
I'm getting you back to naturalization and then registration. These are two fundamental types of citizenship that we could grant to citizens, or that one could be granted to. And then these two types of citizenship sometimes could be at an instant when the individual already has citizenship of another country prior. So what does the nation's constitution say about that? Let's say someone naturalizing or someone registering for citizenship, and he has had a citizenship of somewhere or another country before. Does the person has to forfeit his citizenship, or what exactly? Does the constitution state about that?
Yes, thank you so much. Whatever we do here, we are guided by the laws, one of which is the supreme law, that is the Constitution of the Gambia 1997. Yes, I think it is important for people to understand that, in accordance with our laws, yes, one might qualify to apply, but the condition also must be fulfilled. And before one could be granted citizenship, either registration or naturalization, you have to denounce your previous nationality or citizenship of the previous country. That's what our law says. So this is why it is important for people to understand that once you apply and you've been granted, you'll be given that chance to at least go and denounce your citizenship. Once it is denounced, then you can be fully granted, Gambian citizenship. So yes, that's a fact, and it is also, in our laws that one should, denounce your previous citizenship.
Which means this is a condition that is required to be fulfilled before you could be granted Gambian citizenship.
Yes.
Sergeant, can you take us through quickly, please? We have almost a few minutes to go.
Okay, a jarama Inspector Sambu. Ko wiyanno ko ɗo ko Superintendent Badjie wiyanno ko ɗum woni ko Inspector Sambu lamdi ɗon wiɗi sa ari he bange naturalisation walla registration winda gongol walla sansugol jibinande. O wi o sa laari joni hono mbawta okkirde ta nani ɗum ɗi waɗa joni paalaɗo ɗum tambo jogii dula goɗɗo mo jibinat o iwi kono noon mbaɗiri toon ɗum ɗon o wi ɗum ɗon anandi kam ari ɗaɓɓu nden garɗo ɗaɓɓu o ko regginat ko luwa ɗaɓɓe ɗo ɗaɓɓata ɗo ko luwa ɗon o wi ko ɗum o regginta luwa o ko wi Gambia ɗo kala mo gandanɗa hoore ma ngaro pour waggol naturalise walla waggol registre minen gandi ko dula goɗɗo jibinaɗa toon giwɗa garɗa leydi amen ndi welima an ɗo faala wonde ɓiɗɗo leydi go'o komin gidoto larde an ɗaɓɓo o dula kaari giwɗa yilto saare mon jaha gokkitoa ɗumen kaydiji mumen ɗi kolla ɗumen ɓawti hande a wona ɓiɗɗo jibinande ndin leydi toon ɓayre ka paalaɗo wonde jibinande Gambia ko tubakoɓe mbiyata ko denunciation of citizenship ko ma jaha toon kolla ɗumen an anumen okkita kayti mumen leydi ndi ɓayri a joni anumen okkita ɓiɗɗo leydiyaji maɓɓe ɗe gokkita ɗumen because ano faala ɓangde ɓiɗɗo leydiyaji Gambia ko ɗum woni denunciation sa waɗi ɗum woni naturalisation woni registration on tuma noon mbaweɗa okkude wongol ɓiɗɗo jibinande Gambia.
Okay. Boss, you are responsible for the unit that is charged with naturalization processes, and I understand you've been serving the public and you have had instances when people reach out to you on matters that has to do with naturalization. Okay, what exactly do your unit do to ensure that you serve the public to the best of your ability? It will be important for people to understand a little synopsis of the services you offer as a naturalization, as a unit responsible for naturalization and as the officer commanding that unit. Can we talk about that quickly?
Yeah, thank you so much. I think it is important for people to understand that we offer a range of services to the public outside. And one of it is naturalization. It's a process of which it starts with the immigration where the applicant will come and apply. And we'll guide you, we'll put you through guidelines, and once we saw that you qualify, we'll advise you to go ahead and apply. It's not a matter of coming, buy the form and go. We have to vet, we have to ask you, we have to make sure that we verify whether the person applying met the requirement or not, whether he have been here for a period of 15 years, and whether he's also regularized in his immigration status. So once you meet all those conditions, we'll advise you now to buy the form and also give you the guidelines and also the 19 questions. This 19 questions is a range of questions where the applicant will find two referees. These two referees will be like guarantors to him to say that, okay, we know the guy. When he came, he was with us. So many things. So those referees also testify to say that we know this guy is a person of good character, is law abiding, and we believe that once his citizenship is granted, he's going to be a good guy, and also contribute to the socio-development of this country. So that's one aspect that we do at the office, and the other thing is also as issue clearance. These are documents, though today we are not into that topic, but the question that you asked will warrant me to go into that. Yes, we also issue clearance. These are documents that are given to non-Gambians outside to enable them to have access or travel into the Gambia. But there are also conditions attached in making sure that the person fulfill all those conditions before is granted clearance. And one of it is the person must have a host in this country. He must have a host who is resident in the Gambia, and the host will also make sure that whilst applying for that clearance for that particular individual to come into the country, have to bring along his documents, valid document. When I mean document, valid document like passport or national ID card, because we are very much concerned when it comes to document. Every document given has a period, and when it's expired, meaning the document legally have nothing much to do. So you have to come with valid document. That's one condition. You also have to bring along the passport of the individual intending to travel into the Gambia, and this document also must be valid. We understand that most of them, when we talk of validity of document, not when the document is less than 5 days you bring it. No, it has to have at least 6 months validity for you to be able to have clearance to come into the country. So it's important that people understand all those things. So
basically that's it, and it would be important too for us to talk about. I understand when people reach out to you seeking for naturalization, there must be a fee that is paid to this process. Can we talk about that, please?
Yes, exactly. There are fees, and if you look at it, naturalization, yes. Yes, it is. It varies depending on the nationality of the individual applying.
Okay.
We have ECOWAS member states. We also have non-ECOWAS, people who are also applying. So for people coming from ECOWAS bloc, the naturalization fee is $15,000. Okay. Do you understand? So, but we also have what we call the form. The form is there. So before you pay the naturalization, you have to buy the form, which is costing for naturalization $2,000. So once you buy the form, you'll be given all the guidelines and the 19 questions, and also be guided as what exactly to do. Then you'll go and apply. So once you apply and you go through the process, once you have been granted citizenship, finally, that's the time you'll be required to pay the final fee. That's the 15.
Sergeant, can you take us quickly through that, please?
Abaraka bake Inspector Sambu. Akamin fonu njawale nyinti ko like ni ni nata jube office auto naturalization office auto dokol menka keje akay ko dokol ni menka keje Seattle ni nata jube nka kama doko menka je ka boni naturalization kuoto kata fo clearance kuoto ana nyon jama nyinbe mu fennete millon ka doku na office auto je te anata fanan faye fanan ko ni nata jube memu naturalization fo nyindum aka kuma ka jellela aka ko ha ni nata jube kuma karo bijele fanan bare amunta ko fenkole fanan bije ni nata jube kuma karoto taram fulale bije ni nata jube mol men be Africa tiriji bankol kan jaye ka fo miye ECOWAS mol men be wotundo nyin kono ni ata to le lafita ka kuma karo ke pour naturalisation la karola folo jandi bi be nyimbe kuma karo bebe kala ni nata nyine ka fo mo le sa wo fo mo dal si wili fulalti ni o fo mo dile lay den be kayti dol dile memu 19 question ni nyine gar tan ni kononto pour yeta ye mol nyine mo fulay mil lon ko ye lonne kabirite dunta nyimbanko kay ni ka kuke nyokanne alka kuke nyokanda ka kubo nyokanne wolle be lola ka kufoyima ye millo e tela karoto wo fanambe mako la men mi sedi yar karola wol fanambe mako la ka jeko ibe min nyini ka sotono ka sonia nyame ni tada wo be ke foy pareda ni sa am femmantu fay fo kuma karol tuta ni idun e yatra bota bankol do membe ni Africa tiliji bankol do je ka fo mi ECOWAS block ama joro membije kumakaro membije wala dalasi ama wile tang ani luluti ha wolle bije bare ni atara koy nata imu molti yemin lonko imambo ECOWAS la buloko nyim fananto wo fanana fanson kumakaro le
Sergeant, we are running against
Let me
time.
just set the light on this.
Yes,
instead of 15,000, 15,000 is for the registration. But for naturalization is 25,000.
25,000.
And for non-Gambian, non-ECOWAS members is 70,000 for naturalization.
Okay.
And
Boss, in your quest to serve the public, I understand you might have some difficulties or challenges here and there. And it will be important for you to talk to the public, let them understand the challenges you are facing and how you could be supported to ensure that you are effective in your service delivery.
Thank you. I think this is important. One of the challenges that we face is with regard to the duration. People should understand that this is a process. Not only the immigration department is responsible, we have other offices that we are working in collaboration when it comes to naturalization or registration processes. So most of them, when they apply, most of them, sorry to say, but will not have the patience. They'll keep calling. I apply. It's almost 2 months. I haven't, hear anything. We'll say no. You've been called to this unit or department. It's also part of the processes. So once it is done, it will be sent to the final, institution which is responsible. And once, whatever they decide, either you'll be called or you'll be responded through a letter to say that yes, your application for naturalization or registration has been successful. Can you please come and pick the letter? So when it is...
It requires patience to be able to go through this process.
So that's one of the things that we already... Even at home, people keep calling. Dama apply belegi, I didn't hear anything. I said, no, it's a process. And once people come in, we'll try to enlighten them on that. This is a process. So once you start with us, it goes outside, come back to us. We also respond and direct it to the,
it's a chain walk,
exactly,
right?
Exactly.
Walk. Okay, Sergeant, boss, your last word to the public, please.
Well, I want to use this opportunity.
I'd love to go further with you, but next time I'm gonna get you to talk about the human right and professional standard, which you are also responsible for. We would have to find time to do that.
Inshallah.
Yeah. Your last word to the public, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. First of all, I'll use this opportunity to thank the Director General of Immigration, Mr. Ibrahim Ambu, for giving us the opportunity to be here today, and also, extend this to the immigration management and the entire staffs. I believe without them we'll not be here. So I said, thank you so much for that opportunity. Also to our viewers, people who are listening outside, I want to use this opportunity to say thank you so much for following our programs. And I think, this will not be the last one. We have many more, to come.
Yes, Sergeant, your last word to the public, please.
Thank you very much. It has been a pleasure being back here again, and special thanks goes to the Director General of the Gambia Immigration Department, Ibrahim Mbub, with his core command and the entire staff and members of the Gambia Immigration Department. And special thanks go to the management and staff of the MTA for being there for us, supporting us in our quest to enlighten the general public. And to our viewers and followers, I'm saying a very big thank you. Let them keep tuning to be enlightened. That's our aim and that's our intention, to make sure we set light on their doubts and questions. Thank you.
To the public, this is our last moment with you. Hopefully we come to you next in a fortnight time. We come here every 2 weeks. Keep following. And with MTA, this is the program that immigration offers to you. It's the forum. We will be back here in next 2 weeks. I hope to have you on board and we can interact more. We will have a lot to offer to you, the public. And my last word goes to the MTA management. We are so much grateful for everything you have been doing for us. And we have nothing much to say but to say thank you so much. God bless you. Until we come again next time.